everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Purple Elephant Gaming here, and today we're playing some more Bloons Adventure on Tower Defense. So today, we're going to be taking a look back in with Sai. So I did make one change. I put in Tiger Claw instead of Cosmic Gauntlets, because I don't think the 10% ability cooldowns was making all that big of a difference. And I just feel like the +2 damage is just going to be a bigger deal in the long run. So, I think that was actually the only change. So basically today, what we're doing is, because last time, on the easiest map in the game, Ultra Boosted, he beat it pretty easily, so here's what I'm gonna do. For a couple of reasons. A little bit honestly for clickbait, but also just because I think it'll be cool. Blackheart. It is one of 2 maps with 5-star ratings, so you'd think it would be one of the either first or second hardest map in the game. I really don't think it is, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because I feel like it could be fun. The hardest is Cursed Mirrors, by the way, in case you're curious, which is by far the hardest map in the game. I still can't beat it. I actually made a detailed video trying to do it, and failed. Could I do it now, with a little more planning? Maybe, but we'll save that for a later video. For the time being, we have Blackheart to look forward to. So yeah, we're doing Ultra Buffed. I am going to quickly take a look just to make sure that my party is ideal. Don't want to have any mess-ups. So if we look at Marceline, I'm gonna unequip you just because that can grant extra damage and we don't really want that. Jake, you are not the best for actual stat boost, are you? I don't think you are. Your boost is 3 Pierce, that's not very good. I prefer attack speed if possible. 5% attack speed, yeah, I'm gonna swap that one in. Has the loot suit. We're gonna just start and equip these for the time being. Simply for simplicity's sake. Do you have what you need? I think so, and just want to double check that everyone has the gear they require to be the best ultra boosting versions of themselves, I suppose. I think that is it. So let's get into this. This is the wrong map. It always confuses me because it bothers me that it still shows the bronze chest even if you already have the golden one. So like I've been extreme for this, but it still shows that I'm on beginner, I guess, because I never did the impossible version, or because I never did the bronze version. So on normal mode, so that's always a little irritating to me. So the reason I guess this is difficult is because they loop around here, the entrance is covered with water, and it just makes it a bit difficult. Like you don't have a ton of room, obviously. In fact, if we actually look at this with Sai, who's not in my party, that would be a pretty big issue. I do quickly apologize, by the way, if there's some dogs in the background. I'm sorry, they are going a little bit crazy today. Don't really know why. I'm actually going to hold on to Max. I'm going to remove these so he doesn't actually do much damage. But he actually can increase Pierce. I actually forgot about him in previous, I guess the right word is attempts? I guess so. We're gonna unequip Super Monkey for the time being. I don't think he has any ally that's important. Nope. So we're gonna put in Sai now, because that's pretty important when you're using Sai to actually have Sai in your party. Sorry. I have some messed up parties for my quests, because they often require you to use specific characters and messes with my builds quite a bit, but we should be good. I really wish, personally, I know they're sort of done with this game, but it would be such a cool update if they added like save slots or something like that. Honestly, I'd really prefer that. But yeah, so Sai, not a lot of range, not a lot of room to work with. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, in case you don't remember, okay, so in case you don't actually remember what's happening here, basically, Sai's going to be the one doing most, if not all, of the damage. There won't be all, to tell the truth. There will be support and stuff, stealing a little bit of pops, but hopefully not too many. I'm not, at the very least, intending for them to be doing tons of damage. But I can't really say anything more than that, unfortunately. So we don't need a ton of money. Honestly, I'm probably good with just my Cobra and Monkey Farmer. But the first thing, simply for me, because otherwise I have to sell and stuff, is to get Lady Rainicorn, because unlike with the previous map, I actually think there is room to do, like, Lady Rainicorn and Water Nymphs for this map. I think I might actually put him, Sai, in one of the corners of the hearts. I have him here just because it looks better, truthfully, but I think in the long run, I might want to put him in the center. So probably in a round or two, we'll do that switch, and then I'll actually just know that I don't have to move him around in later times. So he should be fine. The only issue early game is if he leaked to like a fast pink or yellow balloon, truthfully, because once we get until we have his Seeking Shuriken, he's not the most reliable in terms of balloons. He has the piercing damage to deal with them. He just simply doesn't do a very good job at catching them. Leaks and so on and so forth. But yeah, so I think I'm actually gonna put, let's put Lady Rainicorn here. You're going to put Sai. What is a good spot? Let's put Sai here, to be honest. I think that's pretty good. And then it is time to add in the water nymphs. Or at least the first one or two. Cheerleading. So they will actually be probably the biggest factor of Pop Stolen. So we currently only have one. Okay, that's a little bit of an issue. That means we're only going to end up with two. Alright, well that's a bit of an issue, but not the end of the world. In fact, on a first run we actually didn't have them whatsoever. So as you can see, they will be stealing a little damage. Obviously, she didn't actually hit a balloon yet. But, oh, there we go. So a little bit of damage will be stolen from her, but hopefully not too much. And we should be sort of good. Just going to get Seeking Shuriken now to make sure that's not a worry. But after that, we should be good, at least for a little while. And then the more basic buffs come later on. Pretty quickly, but we have to wait a little while just for us to get a bit more money. And then we should be good. Or is a water nymphs equipped? No, I don't think so. Whatever, I'm sure we'll figure it out. If it's only two, it's not the end of the world. It sucks a bit, but it's definitely not the end of the world. So I'm just going to get some basic upgrades for him now to start off. I don't think we really need more expensive upgrades until, and like the buffs until a little bit later on. So yeah. How was your day, guys? My day was really good. Today's a Wednesday. Today was really nice, truthfully, because I don't have a ton of work to do or anything crazy like that. So I sort of just get to rest a little bit, recuperate a bit more. So that's pretty nice. I appreciate it quite a bit. But it is definitely nice. It's been a while actually for this video. I was sort of waiting to see if you guys were going to give a map suggestion, because I wasn't really sure what map to do it on. Because I know I did want to redo this since he did beat the easiest map. You know, gotta move on, make it harder, more challenging. But I did eventually think that this could be a pretty fun map. I think it will be. Plus I can just like show an image of 5 skull difficulty and be like, oh, hardest or second hardest map in the game. Or technically if I say hardest, it's not a lie because it's the hardest difficulty. You know, stuff like that. Clickbait was definitely a little bit in my mind for thinking about, maybe I should do this map, the map that says, oh, difficult. But, you know, you sort of have to wait and see. But size upgrades, truthfully, are probably the best part about him. He's simply so incredibly powerful. And the reason I find he's actually really good for this little challenge is he actually costs a lot of money. Like, he's not super monkey levels, but he's pretty close. I'd probably say he's probably the second most expensive hero, I think. Like, Commander Cassie is expensive early, but Sai, like, has, like, we'll just use 5k, Sabotage Supply Line 3k. He ends up costing, I think, to be the second most expensive hero. Less than 2 monkeys still by quite a bit, but definitely the second most expensive, I'd probably say. But I don't know, sort of have to wait and see. Waiting on it. Because I think I mentioned this a bit at the beginning. I have been grinding away for my hero levels. We're 10 Fireward away from Flame Princess, but I kind of want to save my Cosmic Essence, because I'm actually pretty excited to do, truthfully what I really want to do is, I'm drawing a complete blank on his name, but he's the bomber dude, like he's your basic bomb dude, C4 Charlie I think is his name, because I never really used him at all, but he just sounds really cool, and truthfully I kind of want him because he sounds like he's a really good Moab pop power, which, you know, could be pretty useful, since really the only things I die to, unless I'm playing pretty badly or not going too unpoppable, it's the Bad Balloon, really. Especially Fortified Bad Balloon, which luckily this map does not have. That's basically, honestly, that's the main reason why this isn't. Otherwise, I could totally see this being a hard map, simply because there's no double and there's very little time to pop the balloons. But the fact that it's a regular Bad Balloon just makes it so much easier. Truthfully, I don't really expect us to make it to, I don't really expect us to beat the Bad Balloon. I do sort of expect us to make it there, but I don't really expect us to beat it. So we sort of have to wait and see on that. Like, even then, Rush of Pink Balloons, it looked really scary. Were we actually in trouble? Probably not, but like, it looks scary. Obviously, we do have a lot of buffs to go for, which I'm actually going to start off getting right about now. I'm actually going to put Jake here. There's a reason I removed most of its stats, so he'll do less damage. I thought about it more this time. Marceline, it doesn't really matter where Marceline goes. Can she fit here? No, I'm going to put Marceline over here then. But lucky for us, Marceline we can just lock right in a corner over here. No. Over here, Marceline. Lock and paste. Okay. You should have the instrument buffs. Let's go with... Fortunately, PB actually do have a strong weapon equipped for right now, so she actually will be doing quite a bit of damage. Let's just get Toomey as well. I'm not sure if that'll be important, but, you know, better safe than sorry, I suppose. Sam, once again, we can throw you over there. You don't really matter too much where you go. Another benefit, I removed Max's ability, so he won't do a ton of damage. Obviously, these guys will still do damage, especially Max, since I actually do need to get, not a ton, but some upgrades for him to get popularization to increase Pierce. So their damage is going to add up a little more, potentially, than last time, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I don't think it should be anything crazy. It will still be Sai doing most of the work. Flame Princess, I probably could have worked this better, but... Where do we do it? Yeah, that's probably good. Should be in range. I think so. Now let us see. We have Lemon Heart, and then we actually just have to add the remaining cheerleaders, and I think that's it already. See, it happens quite quickly now. Upgrade him. Eventually, of course, we're probably going to spam Lemon Heart simply because it's fun too. It's probably the main reason. You can go in the center. You're not that important. You won't do any damage here, so that's beneficial. Launch Rule and one more cheerleader. Once again, it's a little unfortunate because you can get up to 4, but we don't have them. At least in our situation right now, we don't. So that's a little unfortunate. I do think, though, that that is actually every support. So is it time to start spamming Lemon Hearts? I think so. So that's pretty interesting. It doesn't. I'm not actually sure. In fact, I'm almost positive this doesn't work. But just in case it does, and because we have the money, I do like to do it, simply because there's no other reason not to, honestly. That's a part of it. There's no reason not to buff him. Like, I really don't think it works, but there's no reason not to. Might as well. No harm except wasted money, which doesn't really matter right now because he's maxed out. So once again, looking over 700, less like, it's tallying to less than 1,000. Okay, a little over 1,000. He has 46,000 pops. Really, it makes a difference, obviously, but it's nothing that crucial. Actually, this could actually be one of the biggest ones, going for attrition, because he cuts ability cooldowns in half with his final ability, Monkey Stim. That's really useful, but it does mean he's going to have to get attrition, which I believe... Oh, this is actually a little odd. It says it does damage to balloons over time. I'm not sure if it's because... Yeah, honestly, I don't know how attrition works. I thought it did damage to, like, Moabs or something, but... It's a weird ability. I'm not really sure how well it works. His damage count isn't going up, so maybe it does damage and just doesn't check it. The damage counts in this game really aren't that accurate. I do kind of like that they say damage instead of pops, but they're so wishy-washy, and they don't usually count properly. And they don't count for the same things. Like, your achievement, the achievements that I think are like 600k might be 1,000,000 pops with a certain tower. They're different from the count of the actual damage count in-game, which is different from quest damage count, progression. It's all, like, all of it is different. None of it's actually accurate. So we do have a lot of abilities. We have Bloons move half as fast, Plasma, Duplicate Clone, or Duplicate Clone Psi, whatever you want to call it, and the Warhorn, which increases attack speed and slows down Bloons. Not by a ton, but by enough. So the only one I actually want to show off now, because it's cool, is Sai's ability. I can't control where it goes, unfortunately, but it has all of his abilities. I believe it has all of his buffs, since it throws his darts at the very least. So I'm pretty sure that one's pretty good, but I don't know, it's a little hard to tell. We did God Monkey Stem, right? Yeah. So it doesn't last the full ability cooldown, but it actually does last quite a while. If you look at ability cooldown and Sai, you know, for around 3/4, if I remember correctly. Yeah, a little before. So that's pretty good. That one's a pretty high uptime power. So, yeah, power ability. not mean to do that. Ability. So I used all of my abilities there because I don't trust him. Truthfully, this is such a short map. ZMGs are scary. So I really don't, in case that didn't make it perfectly obvious, I don't have a ton of faith in this guy. He's no way he's beating the bad balloon. Hopefully he'll make it up to the bad balloon. That's sort of my goal for him. I don't expect him to make it any further than that. But we sort of have to wait and see a little bit. Unfortunately, it'll just take some time. You should be able to deal with everything that's non-ZMG and potentially DDT without abilities. But we do have some abilities that make him basically do like 3 times the damage, truthfully. Between the clone, plasma goggles, slowing down balloons in half, we just died to pink and yellow balloons. So now I think you'll understand a bit more why I was saying that, you know, he can die to some random balloons. I'm not sure what that came from, but let's just, honestly, it's an active cyclone. It's a pretty good uptime ability, it'll help a lot. Yeah, I had no idea what we died to then. Well, obviously I do know what we died to, it was random leaks. But, like, I don't really know what we died to then. Luckily we did have a time machine. Fortunately, the next ones are going to cost me real monkey money, so that's going to be a little less fortunate. But we have to wait until then. So this is still pretty impressive, truthfully. This, even if I don't really think it is, this is still a really hard map. This is a very advanced map. That's what did it. The zombie balloons. Unfortunately, zombie balloons are very inaccurate with continues, because it just gets rid of all of them. But it was definitely the zombie balloons. I really do need to have abilities prepared for when the zombie balloons come. Because I think it was zombie balloons that killed me. But this is still crazy impressive. This is one of the hardest maps in the game. And we have one tower ultra boosted with a pretty basic strategy. Granted, it does require a lot of like epic and super rare items and trinkets. But it's still a pretty basic strategy. And it's working crazy well. Like crazy well. Oh, abilities, abilities, abilities. Use them all. Maybe that'll be good enough. Yeah, I think we're good. Because now it's just BFBs. We'll do a clone just to be sure. We're solid. Okay, 67. So, you can judge it how you will. Technically, it's totally fair if you wanted to say, hey, you lost because of zombie balloons and so on and so forth. I did. But, I don't know. I could have... The thing is, I could have beaten them if I used ability. I kind of wish they did stay, but they really don't. It's not an option, unfortunately, to have them stay. I do actually like where this side's going. It's sort of like mirroring him on the other side of the heart, and that actually seems very good to me. This is first DTs, right? I'm a little nervous. Okay, so DDT pop power, a little bit of a worry. No way we're beating the fortified on round 72, I think. I say no way, but with all abilities, it's totally possible, but I think that round also has ZMGs. Luckily, this is actually, although it's very short like period of time, especially for low-range towers, this is still a very long map, so the difference between like DDTs and, I guess, ZMGs is still very much so there. Alright, so for this one, instead of this, we're going to use plasma goggles. I have a plan with my ability uses. Gonna enact size help for the fortified BFBs and all of the other abilities for the ZMG. I do think we can make it to the bad balloon. I think it'll be hard, but I think we can do it. Okay. Slow down, because that's a pretty big one. ZMG should be in range any second now. Okay, that was a little bit off timing. I can use plasma, but I really don't want to. Instead, I'm going to do this. Slow down time, because plasma is the longest ability cooldown, and it's the most important, like, insta-kill one. And I kind of want to save it for the DDTs, because I think there's fortified DDTs, actually. And that's pretty dangerous. Or, you know, all the ZMGs on this round. Ability probably would have been back in time, but still. Can never be too careful. No ZMGs? No ZMGs this round. Okay, never mind. I guess I was wrong. Prepare to enact every single ability. Like, the good thing about Shadow Size, it basically doubles his attack range. That could actually be something smart. Can we? No, we can't. Okay. I'm just saying, I was curious, can we actually Lemon Hope buff the Shadow Clone? Because that could be really good. Also, one benefit about Ashley stealing lots of damage because we're totally still getting wish orbs, so we're still doing wish orb farming, which is awesome. And Shadow Clone saved us up then. DDTs, DDTs, DDTs. There are going to be fortified DDTs. There are fortified DDTs. That doesn't look very good. Are we good? We're good for that one. Not sure if we're good for the second one coming up now. Shadow Sai was still there. I think we can make it! Because this is the last hard round. 74 is easy. Bad Bloon once again. No, no, no way. Like, absolutely no way. But it's looking pretty good. The good thing about how this is oriented, we can sort of take on one ZMG at a time. Almost. Not for sure, but sort of. Let's use our first slowdown, because the slowdown ability, once again, is a fairly decent uptime. Not great, but fairly decent. Definitely wasted that slowdown there, but whatever. And then we have our Shadow side dealing with them, or dealing with the other one. Plasma, speed up. Can we do it? Slow down again. You're over top of them. Can you do it, Sai? Shadow Sai, you're very crucial in this right now, particularly in cleanup. I'm nervous that you're gonna disappear right in time for cleanup, which is usually when I need you most. And we're good. 74 will be no problem. I'm gonna save onto my ability. Okay, that looks scary. Shadow Side, never mind. Changed my mind. That's a lot of Pierce. Ooh, and the zombies. So that's so many zombies. I'm very well prepared right now for my game to crash. I don't know if it will, but I'm very prepared for it to. Second this round ends, I'm activating my abilities. No idea how scared I am right now. Because this could totally just wreck me. All of the abilities. I think we're good. The Bad Bloon is still a ways away, but I think we're good. So hopefully our abilities will actually recharge in time. I'm curious how well we're going to do against him. I know we're not going to be able to do it. But I'm curious at the very least how well against him we're going to be able to do. So what I'm curious is now, if I activate Shadow Sai, does it have like a range? Like does it spawn within like double his radius or whatever? Or will it spawn with the over here? Okay, that was sort of pointless. I'm just curious because like, if it could spawn over here, that would be very helpful for all your damage to the Bad Bloon. That could be a pretty big deal. But let us see. We're so very close to this thing, it's crazy. Almost within distance. We can see his pop count going up when it touches the Tetsubishi. When is he in range? Nah. Slow down doesn't affect the Bad Bloon. I can do it just in case you're curious. All of the abilities, all of the above, all of them at once. That's pretty good damage. I gotta say, that's pretty good damage. Plasma Goggle's ability has worn off. The only one that we might be able to get again would be the horn. Can we get to last damage phase? It's second last now. Can we be able to do it? It does not look like it. That was still pretty cool though. One last just effort. No. Alright, so we're gonna lose. So, you know what I'm actually gonna do? That doesn't work, does it? I'm actually gonna redo this for one reason only. This is an impossible one. It's worth my 1k. So we did lose, but I want to win still because this is an impossible one. It's a big deal, okay? It costs a lot of money. Okay, no it doesn't. But it took quite a while, so I figured we might as well at least get the medal. That would be sort of nice, wouldn't it? So this is definitely cheating now. We're using all sorts of extra abilities to help us. But you know, doesn't mean it's not fun. I mean, look at that. Bad Bloon, just no. I said it was gonna get melted. Am I wrong here? There we go. Then we have Shadow Sai, who for some reason is not attacking those ZMGs. Those totally look in range. But okay, my friend. I'm relying on Phoenixes and slowdowns. That could be a pretty big risk. I'm gonna die again. Okay, whatever. Honestly, that feels like such a waste, but whatever. I don't have the patience. Thank you all for watching. Please consider giving the video a like if you enjoyed. Ooh, epic wish orb. And subscribing to join the Purple Elephant Squad. It makes my day. I really appreciate it. And it's pretty awesome. I'm gonna go for this, because this could be cool to have a second of. Have an incredible day. Please consider subscribing to join the Purple Elephant Squad. It makes my day. It's super nice, and I really do appreciate it. But anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye!